the March meets here at Bakersfield, or Formosa Drag Strip, north of Bakersfield. And we got to go out there and watch on Saturday. It was awesome, and there was a lot of people, man. It was a really good turnout. My friend Kevin, he's an official out there on the starting line, and he saw us, and so he said, "Hey, come on out when the top fuel comes by." And so we got to go out on the starting line when the top fuel came by. Man, that was so awesome. I have never got to do that. I've been on the sides, but I've never been in the middle like that. And it was so loud. I had earplugs in, but nah, those things didn't do anything. But then the nitromethane was so strong that, I mean, it always burns your eyes, but I mean, it was hard to breathe. You had to hold your breath, and it was a cool experience. I can't wait. Next year I'm gonna do it again, because he said next year, come on out, do it again.
Hey everybody, right here today, Formosa Drag Strip. Watching these top fuel guys go, man. Good friend Kevin Snitchko got me out here in the front. Starting line, unbelievable. Anyway, hope you enjoy these. Crazy.
Well, tonight on Howie's Hot Rods, all my goodies finally showed up. And they've been sitting here for about 3 days, man. I've been dying to dig into these things and just see how cool they look. I hope none are damaged. I wouldn't know, but we're going to find out. Some of these boxes are tore up pretty good, but hey, some of this stuff is really heavy. First of all, I've got my rear end housing right here. So that's pretty cool. It's real nice. I don't need to unpack that. Leave the edges protected. In this box, I don't have any idea what this is. So let's look and see. Right. Oh, this is the axles. Yep. So this is the axles for the rear end, gasket for the third member. Believe. Let's pull it out and see. Get under it. There we go. Curry axles, which is really good. I like their stuff. Pretty good stuff. All right. Get in here. Dang. Put that down before I end up stabbing myself. There we go. I got 31 spline axles. Yeah, nice. Nothing wants to come out tonight. Well, let's rip you open then. There you go. Nice. Oh yeah, look at that quality piece. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't think that big block's going to do any damage to this, especially as light as this thing's going to probably be anyway. Cool. So there's the axles. And here's my third member. I don't need to open that up. It's in a container. I'm not going to mess with that. Put that there. So let's see what else we got here. Whoop. Got the bolts and all. Let's see what this one is. This one's pretty tore up. Oh, nice. So here's my QA1s. Right. Sweet. I remember these from my Bel Air. Got the coil springs and the aluminum bodies on them. It's all in that box. All right, what's in the next box? This is all the, oh yeah, it's all the brake stuff for the front end. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, Willwood. Best. So that's all the brakes, front spindle. Looks like the front, all the bearings and whatnot. Cool. I think this was the front axle. And it's pretty tore up, man. So I'm glad I didn't get a chrome one. There's no telling what it looked like. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. These staples are brutal, man. They do not want to come apart. Yeah. Oh yeah, nice. Check that out. Awesome. Working out, man. I need to work my little arms out. Oh, that's really nice. Super clean. Welds are beautiful. Right on. It's got the spring in here, cross spring, front tie rod, steering components. Right on. Right. And I got the plain metal on that. I didn't get painted or powder coated. I don't want to mess with it. We're going to paint all that stuff anyway. So, not to mention if I decide to move the shock towers or where they pick up, I want to be able to move it around. I don't want anything painted. Just have to do it again. All right, what we got here? Oh, these are the front rotors, hubs. Cool. So those two are the same. The front. This one here, I believe, is the same thing. Well, let's look at it just to make sure. Yeah, same thing. Same thing. Sweet. And this, no idea. It is believe it's the rear brakes. The rear. Let's see if it has that name on it. No. Yeah, rear rotors and calipers. Cool. All right. And then this thing. What do we have here? This has got a boatload of staples. Oh, I know what it is. This is probably the 3 or 4 link. More likely. Let's see. Yep. Ride Tech 4 link. Sweet. So there it is. All the components are in here. Nice. It's gonna really be nice to get busy with this. Finally. Let's check out a piece and see what it looks like. Nice. Now these pieces are powder coated for sure. Look at that. And all the heims are in those boxes. And they got the really nice bushings. Cool. Good stuff. Nice. Well, that pretty much does it, man. So now I just need to quit being lazy and get busy on this frame. A little bit more welding on the frame. Got a little bit more welding on the cab. But really, man, I mean, it'll be nice to get all this put together and get this thing where I can roll it. And then we can kind of look at it outside. I want to roll it outside and look at it. And to see the height of the body on the frame. Like I said in the other videos, I think it's going to be best if we notch that frame out a little bit more and drop it down. Because I mean it's sitting good height-wise, but the frame is really sticking down. I don't really want to see that whole frame. I want to try to hide some of that. So the way we do that is we're going to notch it right where that body sits. And then we got all kinds of components yet to get, but this is going to be a good start right here. It's going to get this thing rolling. Can't wait. But I still can't believe how fast that stuff came. Speedway said it'd be here like a certain date, and it ended up coming like, geez, the first order came like, I don't know, came like 3 days early, and then the second order wasn't supposed to have been here for another week and a half, and it came like 3 days later. So everything came super early. I'm really happy with it for sure. It's really good looking quality stuff. And I just love Speedway. They have the best stuff. And they take care of you. Well, that's about it. So I'm gonna pick this mess up and organize them and get them ready to start putting on the car and get busy. All right. Well, I ended up catching a cold, and I got sick pretty good. And I was going to work the last 2 weeks and just struggling through work. And then I'd come home, and I was just wiped out. I didn't want to do anything. Just kind of ached. I had this stuff in my throat, and I was like, man, I don't want to work on that thing. So like right now, I think I'm like 2 weeks behind as far as my videos go to get it out. But I just didn't have it in me, man. Normally I'd struggle through that stuff, but I'd get home, and like I said, I just didn't want to do anything. And then I got to looking at this frame the other night. I started feeling a little better. So I come out here and I'm tinkering around, but I got to look into this frame. And I just really have never liked this frame. I don't like the way, how thick it is. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to do away with it, and I'm going to make my own frame. So I went down and bought some 188 2x4 square tube. And I flipped that frame up on its side, and I laid that piece on top. And I traced the end here, as you can see right here. Traced it. And then what I'll do is once I cut that piece out of there, then I'm going to box it all in. I'll do the same thing to the other side. And then this whole entire thing is going to be gone. I'm not going to use this cross member. I'm going to get me a good piece of square tube once I figure out how wide I want to make it. I'll reuse my bar up front. But you can see like right here, kind of drew it in here where it stops. It's going to go in here. I'm going to graft it right in there, and then the bottom of the frame will be somewhere around there. You can see that bottom line. But the rest of that I'm going to use. And then I got to figure out on my cross members. I might buy a kit. They've got a bar kit that goes in there for the transmission and just all the supports in the center for the whatever I'm going to use on the inside of that. I might just buy it prefab, and all I have to do is weld it in. But for right now, that's kind of where I'm at. I unboxed a few more of the goodies over there, but really until I get this frame done, I can't. I could put the rear end together, but I really don't want to do that until I get the 4-link in, put it in there and I know where to put the bars and all that. So until then, that's where I'm at. So I'm Well, I got my pieces cut. That came out pretty good as far as I'm concerned. Look at it. This is spread apart, that's no problem. I box it in, I'll clamp it. It came out good. There's one on the floor, the other one looks pretty good. And then all I got left to do is notch out this frame, get rid of all that. And then I'll cut loose my front bar that I made on that, trim it to fit this new frame. But I think on this I'll probably just use some 1/8 inch. Really, realistically, this front piece is more or less just for looks. It doesn't really do anything other than tie the front of the frame rails together. Once I put this cross member in here for the radiator and the front spring and the axle, it's gonna be strong. But at least I got this done tonight. Been sitting around doing nothing because not feeling great. It's drag. Put the body up in the air so that I got room in here to walk around. It's pretty nice. That 2-post lift is definitely a lifesaver. But that's all I'm doing for tonight. Tomorrow I'll cut those pieces at my shop and I'll bring it home, and maybe if I got time tomorrow I'll go ahead and weld those in, and then I can cut this frame and get it ready to slide those frame rails in there. I think I'm just going to do it right on the floor. I'll just get a tape and measure corner to corner, and just like Val's done, building stuff, and make sure it's square. Tack it all together, put the cross member in, tack it. It shouldn't move. This 188's not going to move. Not like that other crap. That stuff is just, I think, the more I think about it, this side that tweaked out on me, that was the side that I had to fix that had been wrecked. And I just wonder if maybe that frame didn't have a little twist in it from being wrecked. And then when I welded on it, the heat got to it and it just tweaked. I don't know. This is weird. I've never seen anything do it like that. But it doesn't matter now because now it's going in the scrap pile. And I'll use it for something else someday. But that's it for tonight. Well, the time lapse worked, so that's a good thing. See? Us baby boomers aren't too bad. We know what's going on. Well, as you can see all this grinding down here, holy moly. I got my frame rails done. Came out pretty good. As you can see right there. Pretty cool. They're all boxed in now. all the way around. Look at that. Yeah. These are upside down, obviously, but anyway, I thought I'd get to cutting this frame apart tonight, but this is not going to happen. It's already almost 7:30, and I mean, I haven't eaten dinner yet. I'll try and get some of this tomorrow, but I don't know if it's going to happen. And I'm going to be out of town here middle of the week, so I don't know if that's all going to happen or not, but if it doesn't, we're going to make this video finished up right here, and next couple of weeks I'll be getting my butt in gear and we'll get something done a little bit better. It's just this part is just so dang slow, and once this frame is done, then I'm going to be able to take all this stuff laying over here and start assembling it, which I can't wait to do. This really set me back. I mean, I can't imagine how many hours I got in this frame that I'm not going to use now, so it becomes a boat anchor or just some extra steel laying around that I can use on something else. So I'm glad everybody can be patient with me. That'd be awesome. And we'll just go from snail speed to wide open here pretty quick, because once this frame's done, we can start assembling it, and it'll actually look like we're doing something. But this stuff is pretty much very tedious and a lot of welding, and I mean, there's really nothing else to film. Metal, fire, melting the metal together. Anyway, well, that's all I got for tonight. I'm going to go in and get cleaned up and get dinner on. Peace out. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And I want to thank the veterans and the troops that protect this country. God bless America. And don't forget, keep burning rubber. Peace.